It's Thanksgiving 2016, and there is a massive crowd of people outside the Sunrise Mall. The minute hand on Michael's Chicago Cubs World Series promotional watch slowly ticks towards 6 p.m. as his heart begins to race. The sound of the crowd begins to rise from a murmur to a roar. Michael gets prodded by a series of elbow jabs as people begin to rear in excitement, trying to push themselves ever closer to the door. Michael can feel his heart begin to beat faster and faster as the pushing and shoving start to get more and more aggressive. He looks around him to see the faces of those crowding him into the glass doors of the shopping center. People snarl with gritted teeth and squeeze their clenched fists, chomping at the bit to get inside. The moment the second hand touches the 12, there's a loud buzz as the doors retract automatically and the horde of bodies floods into the mall. Michael hears someone in the crowd scream out above the voices, "More Harambe!" before he is pushed along the crowd, unable to control his movement or speed as the mass of bodies presses him in through the entrance. He turns for a moment to see the consequences of going against the flow as an elderly woman trying to get into one of the nearby stores is knocked to the ground. A heavy-set man takes a forceful footfall in the woman's direction, but Michael is pushed out of sight, unable to see the horrific result of the accident. Pushed further into the mall, trying to maintain speed with the crowd, Michael can hear the shouts and screams of the hyperactive customers around him, glimpsing at storefronts with people fighting over whatever they came to get, whether it be for themselves or it's that perfect gift for their loved one. This isn't the first time Michael has been out during this commerce-driven holiday, but the screams and shouts certainly sound more aggressive and violent than he's used to. Maybe it's due to the economic downturn or the intense political rivalry that's recently come to a head, but Michael has no time to process any further as he manages to take the necessary turn to get to the shop he's been aiming for, GameGo, to get to the brand new PS4 Slim. Michael has been desperate to play the PS4 for the last 3 years, and he finally managed to save up enough to get one while it's on this especially hefty sale this year. Of course, Michael isn't the only one at GameGo looking to get a hold of this deal as a handful of others flood into the store around him. He spots the display, a pyramid of boxed consoles that Nathan Drake himself might explore, seeking the treasures within. Somewhat ironic to the fact that the console comes with a digital copy of the recent Uncharted 4 game. He beams with excitement as his hands take hold of a box. He did it. He finally did it. He was so excited thinking of the games he'd finally get to play alongside with his friends online. As he pulls back the box, a face reveals itself. A face that rocks Michael's very soul. The collar of the black GameGo polo is lifted, bringing his attention first to the employee's neck, which leans to the left, beginning to cave in where a massive wound is gaping and dripping a mixture of blood and black ooze. Terrified, he continues lifting his gaze to the mouth of this individual, also smeared with blood and ooze, which drips menacingly from her gaping, teeth-bared maw. Her nose is as crooked as her neck, as if being bashed in by something, and her eyes yellowed by some mysterious sickness. Her pupils dilate as she focuses on him. Michael lets out a shriek as the monster lunges over the stack of remaining consoles towards him. The Group of You Awake to Fly by Steve Azar as the end credits of Paul Blart Mall Cop 2 scroll across the black screen. You look around the room to see your friends who are also awakening from their boredom-induced nap, remembering little about the movie past the first act. You recall your plan for tonight. Having enjoyed a delicious and filling Thanksgiving lunch with your respective families, you all gathered together at Dave's house, prepared to go Black Friday shopping. But as you look at your phones, you realize it's already 6:30 p.m. and the deal started at 6. You leap to your feet. What are you guys doing? What's the plan?
We gotta go. I gotta get myself that PS4 son. We gotta go now. Let's go.
You guys start making your way towards the entrance of the mall, seeing the big sign for the Silver Screen Movie Theater, as you all laugh and joke and make your way through the large windowed doors, which easily open before you, and you take your first steps into the shopping mall. You're a bit surprised not seeing any crowds running around from shop to shop, grabbing items on their lists. But you all have a goal in mind, and that is to get 3 special gifts for some special person. So as you guys are kind of walking down this main corridor of the mall that leads kind of deeper into the rest of the mall, suddenly a noise rises up above your jests and chuckles, over the echoing steps of your feet against the tiled floor, over the Christmas jingles that ring through the halls. A groan, and then another. Each one continues after the other to create a continuing cacophony of moaning. You all turn to look back, and behind you is an entire horde of zombies.